Aloha, Nina here. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video is all about airplanes. More specifically, what you should pack to ride on an airplane. But even more specific than that, we've got the kids edition of what my kids pack in their airplane backpacks. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you exactly what I pack for my kids. But before I do, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Please like and comment on this video, and also come back later because I'm going to show you what I put in my airplane bag, because we all know what we pack versus what the kids pack are two different things. So stay tuned on that. Anyway, enjoy. All right, so like I said, this is for my kids' backpack for the airplane. Now, we use just a traditional backpack. I think the actual bag doesn't really matter. I noticed a lot of people will use totes. I just like to use something that is easy for my kids to slip underneath their airplane seat. So a traditional kids like school backpack does work best for us. So let's get started. This is what's inside my kids' bags. And of course you want to, gear this towards your kids' age groups and your kids' interests, but this is my way to kind of break it down in general, the stuff you need. So the first thing in my kids' airplane backpack is their park bag. So if you haven't seen the video on their park bag, please do. It'll be at the end of this video. But I always have my kids' actual park bag stuffed with their park bag stuff, because in case we're going from the airport to the park, this they'll need. So this is the first thing that's always in there, is their actual park bag. And then you kind of want to think of things in general, which you would personally want on the airplane, and then cater it to the kids. So the first thing, of course, is water. So I always pack my kids a water bottle. The thing to note here is most of the time you cannot bring liquid through security unless you have a medical reason or a really young kid. So I usually just pack it empty, and then once we get past through security, I will fill it with water so that they have full bottle of water on the airplane. So of course you have water. What else do you need? Snacks. So I always pack my kids snacks on the airplane. Due to many of the kids that are, nut-free, that have food allergies, it is common for your airline to ask you to refrain from eating nuts. So in that case, I always try to pack things that don't have nuts. I mean, I don't want to be the reason for some kid having an anaphylactic reaction. So I try to pack snacks that are easy to open, easy to eat, and again, are not messy. Now, of course, we're headed to Disneyland, and Disneyland for us is a 4.5-hour flight. So I always pack food. So each of my kids have one of these Snapware containers. I absolutely love these things because I can put a sandwich or whatever in the base here. Sometimes it's a sandwich. Sometimes I'll actually make them like quesadillas or something. And then I can put chips or fruit or whatever I want at the top, and they've got an actual full meal. 4.5 hours is a long time on a plane, especially without food. And even though airlines, some of them will, you can purchase food, it's never the food my kids either A, want, or B, can eat. So I always plan ahead and pack them their own food. Now on top of that, both of my kids experience motion sickness. So unfortunately, I do have to pack a few crazy things for that. First thing is kids' Dramamine. I don't know if you can zoom in on it here. Yeah. Anyway, it's these little pills, and you want to take them before you get on the airplane, before the motion, happens. You can also do things like, the bands, the bracelets and stuff. That stuff's never worked for us. Dramamine is what works for her. She also gets special drops that she might want to kind of suck on. This is her peppermint bag. She also has, I'm trying to think of it, a ginger bag also that has a ginger flavor to it. She also has a couple other variety of kind of sucky candies that just kind of help her out. So she knows when she's going to experience some motion, and I always have this available to her so she can kind of grab and eat whenever she needs. And then unfortunately, I do pack a bucket. Each of my kids carry a bucket. Again, we are prone to motion sickness. We have vomited on the airplane. In fact, there's pretty much someone always vomiting on every single flight we're on. And yes, we are the ones that vomit. So all my kids always have a little, bucket that they can vomit in. Most airplanes are supposed to have those barf bags, but half of the time they're not even there. Like maybe someone before you used it, who knows, maybe they used it for just garbage. I don't know, but I like to bring my own. A couple of other things I'll have in here is we have EpiPens, so of course we have to go with our Epi. I always have tissue and a flashlight. Now I just keep a flashlight in their bags. It's not necessarily because you need it on the airplane, but just what if, my kids always have a flashlight. The other thing you want to think about is entertainment. So we purposely fly Delta. I absolutely love Delta for this. I have not been on a Delta flight in several years where you did not have your own private TV screen, and that means my kids can pick out their own movies. They can even play games on that. They even can do TV shows. They have a whole kids section on there, so you know your kids are watching something, safe and for their age group. So each of my kids have their own set of headphones. These are my sons, and these are my daughters. That way they can be responsible for what they want to eat on what they want to watch on their own. I don't have to monitor, and they can do this or not do this, but it's a great, easy form of entertainment. So they are not bothering you. They are self-entertaining basically. But on top of that, you want to think of a few other things. So another thing that we like to pack are card games. So I've got Old Maid, Go Fish, and just a standard container, of deck cards. I mean, you can play solitaire or whatever you want. I also, some airplanes don't have individual TVs, or maybe you're worried that they won't, or maybe you're stuck in a long layover, or maybe you have a long flight delay. I'm always prepared with tablets. These are my kids' tablets. They are always stuffed with movies and games and things that do not require Wi-Fi. So I make sure I preload their tablets filled with all sorts of stuff. So depending on our situation, we always have these on hand. And of course, you want to bring the charger. Most flights nowadays have some sort of outlet where you can charge these while you're watching them, which is perfect. So this is another card game that we love to play. And then books. So my kids can't really read so much on the airplane. It kind of makes them sick. But if yours can, my kids always have a book. It's my daughters, my sons. They always have a book in their airplane bag. And then coloring books. So this is my son's. I absolutely love coloring books on the airplane. Now crayons do drive me crazy because they tend to fall and roll, and then you can't find them, and heaven forbid if you can't find your son their blue crayon that they just have to use, So I pack mine colored pencils. I love this handy dandy case, came from the dollar store. We fill it with colored pencils and colored pens, and it's a nice, easy, just little thing that they can do on the airplane. Again, if they have it in their bag, they can do it themselves. They can be responsible themselves. They don't have to ask you. They can get it out from underneath the seat. You do not have to go into the upper, compartment. They are in full control, and that's what I love about it. The other thing we'll pack is I usually pack a little pouch in each of their bags that's filled with just other little things like cords, the flashlight, cars, spinners, any other things that they might need to entertain them. They always know is in this little bag. So basically that's got you covered for your food, your snacks, your water, and your entertainment. But there's one more thing that I pack for my kids that might be a little different. So most people will have some sort of neck pillow when they travel, but all of this stuff in a backpack plus a neck pillow, it always ends up being a little too much. So this is what I do. I found this tutorial on Facebook where you take a pair of pajama pants, you tie them up on one end, and you sew in a little thing like a drawstring on the other side, and you fill it with something soft, and it becomes a neck pillow. So we're from cold country. We come from the cold. So anytime we fly, we're almost always packing some sort of hoodie or jacket or sweater. Well, rather than that just sitting in your bag, you can take it and you can stuff it in this sack along with any loveys. Say your kid brings their favorite doll or their favorite stuffed animal or teddy bear, anything that's soft. You can stuff it in there like that, tie it up, and you just have an instant neck pillow, an instant something to kind of cuddle and hold up against them to kind of help them feel relaxed. And what I love about it is it keeps everything that's inside kind of germ safe. So yeah, so that's what I kind of think of: snacks, water, entertainment, prevention for motion sickness, and anything that the kids will kind of need for those next few hours. So anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful. Again, my next video will be what I pack in my airplane bag, and then eventually you will see what I pack in my park bag. So please stay tuned. Please subscribe to my channel so you can get the most recent updates for all of your packing needs. And please comment and like this video. I do love to hear from you guys. So anyway, mahalo for watching. Nina out.